And welcome to Paulsboro High School for a matchup between two non-conference teams, two powerhouses in New Jersey, the State Liners of Phillipsburg and the Red Raiders of Paulsboro. Good afternoon, everyone. With John Vogeding, I'm John Mondelli, and Vogues, once again, a great matchup with high school wrestling here on Channel 43. The number 2 team in the state and the number 3 or 4 team, depending on the poll you're looking at, in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah, and the 4th year in a row that it figures to be a great match. 3 years ago, it decided number 1 in the state. 2 years ago, it decided number 1 in the state. And this year, it could very well again decide number 1 in the state because Phillipsburg has already lost to Absegami, but they'll probably meet up with them again in the Group 4 state finals. So it's very important for Phillipsburg and very important for Paulsboro.
Well, of course, today you have 2 conference champions, but that's not the story here tonight.
No.
A lot of key matchups, and I guess the big news today will be 160 because it looks like Zach Guerin going against Dave Post.
Yes, and ironically, with a random draw today, they drew 103 as a starting weight class, so they're going to be the conventional lineup that we saw for years and years, starting at 103 and going right through heavyweight. And who's that going to benefit? We'll know early who benefits because Paulsboro faces 103 as a crucial bout, 119 is a crucial bout, 125 and 130 are a crucial bout. Somewhere among those first 5 weights, Paulsboro has to win 2 of the bouts in order to stay in the meet because the coach from Phillipsburg, Greg Troxel, has already said he's going to move Dave Post. His wrestler has 1 loss from 160 up to meet Zach Guerin at 171 pounds.
Now, on paper, we figure Paulsboro's favored in 5 matchups. Realistically, do they have a shot to pick up 2 more?
Well, as I said, 103 is going to be a crucial bout. 130 is going to be a crucial bout. 125 could be also. But Paulsboro figures to be a little bit favored at 119. They figure to be a favorite a little bit at 140, where Trevor Suter is, and the last 3 weight classes. So that puts a lot of the burden on Zach Guerin at 171. He's got a 12-pound advantage on Dave Post, but Dave Post only lost 1 time this year by 2 points to a wrestler from Easton the other night.
Okay, let's talk about 103 because that's where we're going to start. All and Smith, they wrestled last year, went to overtime. This year, both wrestlers really improved from last year.
Well, they have, and Dave Smith is a true 103-pounder this year. Last year, he was giving away weight. This year, he's a true 103-pounder. Last year went overtime. He took the shot in overtime. He got taken down, and he lost in overtime. His strong point so far this year, from what I've observed, has not been on his feet. He's stronger on the mat. He's not bad on top. Can he prevent All from taking him down? Robert All has only got 2 losses this year. That's going to be a crucial bout. I think he has 3 losses after losing Eastern the other night.
Okay, well, Vote should be a great match. The gym's been sold out. People have been jamming in for the last hour and a half. Should be a great one. We'll have all the action coming up next. Someone else, but he's got to tell them. Welcome to Paulsboro High School. We get ready for 103 pounds, and the first matchup is a rematch of last year. Vogue, Robert All. Sophomore is enjoying a fine season, 21-3, and for Paulsboro, Dave Smith, also a sophomore, he's 20-2.
And the match went overtime, as we mentioned earlier, last year, and it went in overtime, and Robert All got a 6-4 decision with a takedown in the overtime period. Of course, last year, overtime was 2 minutes, and then if you don't break the tie in the 2 minutes, then you had a 30-second tiebreaker. This year, it's a 1-minute overtime. Robert All, 3rd in the districts last year. David Smith, 20 wins and 2 losses this year, 34-18 in his 2 years with the Red Raiders. Lost 2 times down in D Creek, and he was a district runner-up last year.
We'll go back to the center. We wrestled 29 seconds. Common opponents, you look, All beat Zach Taylor of Absegami 12-6, and Smith beat him 3-2.
And, of course, when Smith wrestled in that match against Absegami, that was the next to the last match in that meet that day. That could have a bearing on exactly how somebody wrestles.
Al Maloney, the official, as we take a look at Paul Marino, longtime head coach at Paulsboro High School.
Dapper Nick Marino on one side and Dean Duke on the other. As Paul Marino comes into the match, his team is 15-1, number 2 in the career post top 20. We mentioned number 3 in the Newark Star Ledger poll and number 4 in the Gannett newspaper poll.
All taking a shot. We look at Greg Troxel, former state champ at Phillipsburg.
Two-time state heavyweight champion and played defensive tackle for Penn State University. And Mike Rossetti right over his shoulder, former coach at Highland High School, an assistant there. And then he was a head coach at Phillipsburg before Greg Troxel took over. Content to be an assistant coach.
Smith trying to spin around to get the takedown.
A huge bout for either team.
I think it's more crucial for Paulsboro Vogeding to win this one than Phillipsburg. I think Paulsboro needs this one more than the state liners.
Without a question. Without a question, you have a stalemate.
We take a look at Al Maloney, the official today.
Al Maloney, no stranger to South Jersey. Wrestled scholastically at Edgewood High School, was a state place winner.
Oh, and on the leg, there's plenty of room on the mat too to get this takedown if he takes his time. Smith's got to try and fight this one off. 4 seconds left. A great job by Dave Smith to win the first period scoreless.
Wow.
And this is where you want to take the bottom here. It's Paulsboro's choice, and they do take bottom. In case it goes overtime, Vogue.
Got to score those first points. They're very crucial in the overtime. We mentioned Paul Marina now in his 17th year as the head coach at Paulsboro. Coming into this match, 333 wins, 10 losses, and 4 ties. His team was third in Caldwell this year, second in Deep Creek. Greg Troxel, his team was 18-5 3 years ago, 17-5 last year, 50 wins in his coaching career at Phillipsburg. Ironically, the programs are both long-time programs in New Jersey. Phillipsburg has had 900 meets. This is their 901st meet today. 680 wins, 213 losses, and 7 ties coming in.
All trying to work to turn Smith.
And this has been Smith's strong point this year. He's been able to get off the bottom, and it's crucial in this match to score the first points in the second period. Comes to Peterson. He's got a reversal. He's got 1 count. Did not get a 2 count. And a reversal right back. Never secured to Peterson.
Right. Smith does get the first 2 points of the match, however.
Yes.
And we're tied at 2. But he's got to try and work to get out here and get that extra point going into period number 3.
Got to Peterson and never secured it tightly. He had a 1 count off to Peterson. Since Paulsboro started wrestling back in 1939 and 40, they have wrestled 880 meets. Now in their 60th year, 811 wins, 57 losses, and 12 ties. 2-2 the score.
Stalemate, 20 seconds. Big 20 for Smith. He has to get the escape or a reversal. He needs some points. And Robert All doing a nice job after giving up those 2 early on in the period. And we're going to end period number 2, tied at 2. As we look at Troxel, this almost forces Paulsboro to make a decision here. I guess we'll see how Smith does the first few, 30 seconds or so on the top, if he might have to cut him here.
Well, and he's not exactly entirely real strong on his feet, in my opinion. I mean, he's getting better. And he's a true 103-pounder this year. All sitting out. He get a hold of the head. He's going to get an escape out of this if they go out of bounds.
3-2. Robert All, Phillipsburg.
Now it forces Smith, whether he likes takedowns or not, he needs a takedown to win. All gets the arm over the back. If he spins around, he's going to get a takedown. But Smith's going for a Peterson from that position. They're neutral. Smith can get a takedown right here. He's got a takedown. That's big. Oh, brother. 2 points for Smith.
We'll go to the center, 4-3 with 48 seconds left.
And the Phillipsburg bench was frantically telling all to get out of bounds, get a fresh start. This is crucial now, 48 seconds ago. The pressure on Smith to hold his man down. No stalling calls have been given in the match. Oh my, oh brother.
He's gotta watch.
Ball's coming out. Smith steps over. Oh brother.
20
Frantically
seconds.
telling Smith to keep moving, keep moving. Here comes an escape move. Almost a
10 seconds.
stalemate, it's almost a stalemate.
There we go, 8 seconds left.
Huge stalemate. He's got 8 seconds to hold his man down.
Oh, nice job though.
Oh, brother.
Look out, he has Smith in a little bit of trouble. Smith holding on, it's over.
Oh, brother. Big win for Smith.
4-3, David Smith with the win. That's a little revenge from last year. He needed the takedown in period number 3, Voges. We mentioned that, he got it.
Wow. Something he's been working diligently on, unquestionably, but boy, was that a big takedown.
Go to 112. This should be Brandon Stillo, freshman, 16-7, and he's going to be a good one, Voges.
Yes, he will. His brother was a great wrestler, and what we saw against Kingsway, although he lost in his Kingsway match to Torado,
Shake hands.
he has all the tools. He's going to be a good one. Howard Lounsbury, in virtually his 3rd year of competitive wrestling. Stillo 16-7 this year, but they wrestle a killer schedule, so 7 losses is not unusual. Lounsbury 17 wins and 4 losses. Lost once at Caldwell, twice at Deep Creek, and of course he lost to Nick Bridge of Absegami in that dual meet where Absegami beat Paulsboro 32-31.
That's the match where it went down to Lounsbury, went down to 112 pounds.
The very last bout that day, and Lounsbury got beat by Nick Bridge 13-6.
Lounsbury taking the shot. Stillo trying to grab the ankle.
Phillipsburg counters takedown shots so good.
Lounsbury's still working for it.
Oh my. Oh, brother.
He gets the takedown, 2-0 lead.
Big takedown for Lounsbury.
And they'll go back to the center with 102 to wrestle in period number 1. Well, it just ends a stretch, and it doesn't really end because they go into the group playoffs. So Phillipsburg in the last 5 matches, Kittatinny, Absegami, Easton. Then they had a match against Wanchong Hills, which they handled easily in Paulsboro. And then they go into the group playoffs. What a stretch for them.
Oh, what is just a brutal schedule. Lounsbury still in control. This would be a huge win for Paulsboro. Phillipsburg heavily favored in this bout.
On paper, obviously, Voges, this is one I think everyone thought Phillipsburg would have the advantage.
Unquestionably.
They got a
trip.
fan stalling. There's the warning.
Because you have to make an attempt to take him to the mat. Even though he's moving, there was no trip attempt, there was no lift attempt. So Paulsboro gets the stalling warning.
Sometimes don't you think it's just better just to give up the 1 point and get hit for
Well, no, I'd rather never give up the point unless you have that first stalling call already. You don't want the second stalling call because that's automatically a point. And then you're on the penalty chart. Big counter by Stillo.
He's trying to get the reverse.
He's got it right there.
And he's trying to get Lounsbury in trouble. And he's going to be in trouble. Will he run out of time? We'll run out of time. We'll get some back points, though.
Gonna get 2 and 2.
Big 4 points at the end of the period.
And if he didn't run out of time, Stillo had himself a fall.
Here's where that's why I think maybe it was better to give up that point there, because he was struggling to hold on to his guy, got sloppy, ended up giving up 4 votes.
Yep. Lounsbury will get better. He just didn't execute like he should have executed when he was on top. Now he's got to move because he's going to get caught in the cradle unless he moves. Potentially dangerous because of the way the ankle is pulled.
Gotta watch where you bring that leg up, all right?
Pulled the knee against the joint. You don't want to do that. That stings a little. Lounsbury's got to move. Lounsbury can come out the back door here. If he comes out the back door and get himself a reversal. He's got to shake it loose. Got to shake it loose.
Might get a stalemate, maybe?
There it is.
There you go.
Lounsbury's not doing a bad job. He has to move. He can't stay still because Stillo can go for that cradle or the tilt right away. He can't expose his back because if he does, Stillo's going to get back points. Switch attempt, blocked well by Stillo. Lounsbury tries to step over.
Can free up his leg or spin around. He can get 1 or possibly 2.
He's got to pick up the ankle and he's got to cross face hard.
Got the 2.
Behind.
We're tied at 4.
Got to get a good ride on top and break his man to the mat. This is what they spend hours and hours and hours of preparation on. Good move by Stillo. Stand up and come to a switch. He's going to get a reversal. Lounsbury has to be careful. He's got to pop his head.
Nice job. He
That
kept it in.
prevented the reversal.
27 seconds left. We're tied at 4.
Oh, brother. This might be Lounsbury's best match of the year, John. No fear.
And we'll see if conditioning comes in, because these 2 guys are young. They actually both look like they're in pretty good shape.
You see the Phillipsburg Brain Trust led by Troxel.
Lounsbury in trouble again towards the end of the period. He's got to watch out. He's going to give up at least 1 here.
No, he stepped over. He's still in trouble, though. He's still in trouble. He's got to get out of that. He gets reversed.
Second time in the first 2 periods. He's given up points in the last 10 seconds.
And 6 seconds to go when he got reversed.
6-4 lead. Brandon Stillo of Phillipsburg.
That's why they practice in the practice room, John, on these 3-man and 4-man workout groups. Keep that pressure on constantly. Don't give up late points. It can kill you.
We saw kill Eastern High School a couple weeks ago against Lenape. Just happened here to Paulsboro in the first 2 periods of this matchup. 112 pounds. Paulsboro leads 3-0. A big win for Dave Smith. We started at 103 pounds this afternoon.
And big win for David Smith, getting a little bit of revenge from last year's overtime loss to Robert Hall. Now Lounsbury's got to be careful riding in this position. If he continues to ride straight on like that, he can get called for stalling. He's got to break the man down, try to go for some kind of pinning combination. Still up. Nice move. Now there's a half. It's right there. He should throw the half. Step with it. Oh my! Oh brother! Oh my!
Going to get 3 and take the lead. 7-6.
Brother!
Plenty of time. He might work it for the ball. Stillo does a great job to get out. It's a 7-6 lead for Howard Lounsbury with 1:18 left in period number 3.
Huge near fall points. Almost got the pin. Still did a great job of coming off his back. Oh, brother.
Let's look ahead, Voge. I think Lounsbury scored the first points in this match.
Yes, he did.
Looking down the line in case we go to overtime.
And that's what the coaching staff ought to be aware of here. I'm sure they are. How important that first point was. He's got to break the man down. If he doesn't break the man down, he's going to get called for stalling. Now he's got to work him to the mat. Still keeps standing up, but as Lounsbury comes up with him, now he's got to step into him, hip into him, He hits into him and throws the half. He gets more back points.
But he's got to watch out. He doesn't get turned.
It's almost like he's double jointed.
Here's a reverse.
2-point reversal for Phillipsburg.
40 seconds left.
Now he has to fire out.
It's 8-7. Lounsbury working for a reversal. Can he step over?
He steps over. He's got to step over.
30 seconds left.
Phil's got the leg tied up now. Lounsbury steps over.
got it.
Got a reversal.
90.
Oh, brother.
20 seconds left.
Oh,
We go back to the center with 16 seconds left in the third.
Here's what they work at every day in the practice room. 15-second drills they do, 15-second drills. Can he hold him down for 15 seconds without getting called for stalling? Still comes to his feet. Lounsbury's got to pick up that leg.
He's holding on, 9 seconds left.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Big, 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 big match.
Looking for two.
Oh,
He hugs
brother.
Paulsboro wins.
Oh,
9-8. Matches, I think. Paulsboro thought they had a shot at 103. I don't think they thought they had a shot at 112. Paulsboro leads 6-0. We'll be right back. And back at Paulsboro High School, we started at 103 pounds. We're at 119 right now. Paulsboro leads 6-0. Ryan O'Hara, senior, 18-3. Trevor Duddy, a senior, 16-6. Paulsboro with 2 big wins late in the match to lead 6-0. And Coach, isn't this a rematch of last year's dual meet?
Yes, it is. Well, no, not a rematch of last year's dual meet. Trevor Duddy beat Lounsbury last year. Don Buss pinned Ryan O'Hara. Buss will come up next. But Ryan O'Hara lost his first year against Phillipsburg 4-0. He got back the next year, got a tech fall. Last year he lost, and this year is the rubber match. He's down 1-2 in his career against Phillipsburg, and this is a big, big match for both teams. Phillipsburg gets a takedown and takes the lead.
Oh,
brother.
Wow. Watch this move by Lounsbury at the end of this match, Coach.
Look at the hip movement. See the hip movement? Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, because we have an injury.
Injury timeout for Trevor Duddy. It's a knee injury, and if he can't continue, O'Hara wins, and that would be devastating for Phillipsburg.
And it looks like a knee, or a cramp, actually, it looks like down near the camp.
1-7-7-7-8. Huge first 2 matches, John, huge, because I think 103 you could have considered a toss-up, but with all beating Smith last year in the dual meet, you had to lean towards Phillipsburg, and in the second match, you definitely had to lean towards Stillo.
There's the top 10 in the Gannett, Absegami, Phillipsburg. Kittatinny and Paulsboro, I guess both teams could argue who should be 3, who should be 4. Phillipsburg beat Kittatinny pretty bad, 34-20.
34-20.
And Absegami beat Phillipsburg, and Paulsboro lost to Absegami, and Phillipsburg lost to Absegami, both by a point. Ryan O'Hara, probably one of the most dangerous wrestlers on the bottom, Village. I don't know how many reversals I've seen him get from the bottom.
And this is a big match for him because Phillipsburg has to stop the bleeding, and this is the match they've got to do it. Ryan O'Hara, 18-3 coming in. He lost twice in the Caldwell tournament, up a weight at 125. Lost in the Deep Creek finals. He was second, first in the districts the last 3 years, fourth, and second in the regions the last 3 years. 95 wins and 22 losses in his Paulsboro career. Trevor Duddy, 16-6 this year. First in the District 1 at 112 in 2001. First in District 1 at 103 in 2000.
No points awarded yet, still 2-0 for
Break
Duddy.
3, he's got 1. There's the neutral. Phillipsburg still leading though. O'Hara has to look where he is. They call stalemate. Once again, Al Maloney is the official on the mat. Ryan O'Hara, an excellent academic student, John. I know he's looking for Penn and Princeton as two of his choices.
Go.
I believe Ian he's going to Princeton, the 215-pounder for Phillipsburg.
Al Maloney warning the two wrestlers to stay composed out there. Don't let it get out of hand, because he won't let it get out of hand.
Paulsboro's choice to start the second period. No defer. Thought he scored the first 2 points in this match with the takedown early in the first. O'Hara with the escape. That's where we stand.
You got to be careful. Yeah, and you got to be careful here, because Ron O'Hara, one of his favorite moves is to tilt. And a lot of times he'll throw his back on the mat, and he's got to be very, very careful. He's got to have that thing locked up really good before he rolls through with it. O'Hara's in great shape this year.
That's going to say, but probably one of the best conditioned wrestlers on Paulsboro. However, Lonsbury showed me a lot in that last match, and so did Smith at 103.
Well, it's a product of the program. I mean, Paul Marine and his staff, they drive him. I know the wrestlers probably hate every second of it, but that's the end result. They take a lot of pride in being prepared in that final period. They want that final period to be theirs, and they work hard on conditioning. Riding parallel is the call.
Calling on O'Hara.
What he's got to do, what O'Hara has to do if he doesn't want to get called for stalling, when he gets any kind of a move, he's got to get out to the side. Can't ride parallel. This is a huge match for Phillipsburg. Stalemate.
For Paulsboro, I think this is one they thought they would get.
Well, this is the one I think I agree with you. Although, you know, he's not wrestling a piece of cheese.
No.
Trevor Duddy, 16 wins this year, and like I said, a killer schedule. He's got 6 losses, but he's twice a district champion, so he's been there before.
Paulsboro yelling for a stall the other way. There's that tilt you're talking about, Vogue.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. He's got to have it locked up before he executes it.
O'Hara physical, bringing Duddy down to the mat.
And he's trying to get out to the side. He's trying to execute what he wants to execute. There's going to a big look at the bottom to see what he's doing on the bottom. He's not doing much on the bottom either. O'Hara has to get out to the side.
Trying to pull that arm through and turn him.
There he gets out to the side there.
2 seconds, he's going to run out of time. So actually, O'Hara not in bad shape there, not giving up that extra point. And the way he moves on the bottom, a lot of times you see him get to 2. He's in pretty good shape as we go into period number 3.
Well, he's got to fire out. He can't sit still. He's down by a point. It's interesting when we analyzed ahead of time, John, I was talking with John Cupsey, we were going through weight class by weight class, and I said I saw 6 possible winners for Paulsboro, and his, as you see the escape by O'Hara to tie it up.
They probably scouted Paulsboro there instead of trying to get sloppy and maybe give up 2. Just give up the 1 here, and you have the takedown early. Go for the takedown.
But the object of our conversation was he couldn't see 8 losers for Paulsboro. Well, he's been right so far because the first 2 weight classes went to Paulsboro.
Paulsboro's beaten Phillipsburg before, winning only 6 out of the 14 weight classes.
That was the first year. The last 2 years, they split 7-7. It's ironical, in the 3 years, they've wrestled 42 bouts, and Phillipsburg has won 22 out of the 42 bouts.
Got to bring up the fact here that Phillipsburg was the first team to score in case we go into that little sudden death overtime.
That's correct. That's why it would behoove O'Hara to give one of his patented drags like that, almost.
O'Hara has to wrestle. He's been hit with a warning.
And he needs a takedown big time. He doesn't want to take the chance of going into the sudden death overtime and have to ride his man for 30 seconds, because he has the stalling warning.
taking a shot. O'Hara moves around. I'll just try to shuck the head and spin around. He can try and get the 2.
Phillipsburg's so good at holding on to that arm, though. You see he's got 2 hands on that one arm of O'Hara's. Very, very difficult to spin behind when the man's got both his hands on your one arm.
He's shot from you, and he's shot.
Caution on Phillipsburg.
I want to hear another word.
A little warning to the crowd.
Because they're directing him by name, it's okay to express your opinion and you don't think that you think you may know a little bit more than the official, but when you get personal out there, that kind of upsets him a little bit.
18 seconds. Buddy with a nice job getting the leg. O'Hara's got to try and fight it off.
It's
He
true.
can spin around. He can get the takedown. He's not going
Out of
to.
room.
1 minute over. Got the takedown. Did he?
from behind.
Looks like no.
He gets the leg.
Got it. Big win. Paulsboro again lead. Paulsboro's picked up the points late in the match.
Huge.
And they win 4-2. We're going to have a dispute here by the Phillipsburg coaches.
Well, they feel that the towel boy who was out there, now he's going to have to go to the table and ask the scorer at the table, did the buzzer blow before I gave the 2?
It's 2.
It stands. It stands. That's a late takedown.
Paulsboro doing everything right so far.
Unbelievable.
They win the first 3. Now 9-0. Here we go to 125. And this is where Phillipsburg can make their move, Bodes, these next few weight classes.
Well, they have to stop the bleeding soon, but the point is, the further they get behind, the more bonus points they're going to get, because Paulsboro's going to get bonus points at the end, so they have to get bonus points somewhere pretty soon.
Dan Buss as a senior. Oh, watch this late takedown, Boge.
Watch him spin behind and get the leg in. Right there, he spins behind, got control. Now watch him put the leg in. When he puts that leg in, that's going to give him the 2, right? The outside, the right leg. Right leg, see it in?
Absolutely. Can't see the clock, but I'm sure.
All right, we have senior Dan Buss, 16-8 for Phillipsburg. He's wrestling junior Leroy Parker. Buss is 16-8, Parker is 10-3, 48-22 in his career. He moved to Paulsboro this year from Pensgrove. Buss, a district champion at 119 last year. Leroy Parker was 4th in the districts last year for Pensgrove. His losses this year were all with Paulsboro. He lost his first match to Zane of Delsey. He lost to Bridge of Absegami by Tech Fall. He lost to Porch of Sterling. And he's been looking a little bit better each time out, John.
Right there, seeing him take the shot.
Honestly think he looked a little tentative when he first got here. But that practice room at Paulsboro can open your eyes in a hurry. How hard do you want to work? How good do you want to be? It all starts down in the practice room.
Buss trying to grab on, trying to go for the big move. He'll take the 2 first. And the key for Paulsboro in the matches they're not favoring in is not to give up the big points.
Well, this is one of them right here. Leroy Parker can get beat by Dan Buss, but he has to keep it to a minimum and make just a regular decision if he can. And of course, Buss, he's looking for big points. He wants that cement mixer, or he wants some kind of a combination where he's going to turn his man on his back.
Nice job by Parker holding on not to get turned.
Dan Buss moved up to 130 against Absegami, and he was pinned by Rob Lawless in 25 seconds when he tried to get the cement mixer on Lawless. It didn't work, and he ended up getting pinned himself.
3, 2, 1, okay?
President Maloney talking to the towel boy, making sure he hits him at the right time after that controversy after 119.
Well, and you know, I wouldn't even use a towel boy in situations like this. I'd have an air horn over there, and that man who's got the clock right there, when that hits 0, he's blasting that air horn. That's a fail-safe way. If I'm the official, I want to hear it with my own ears.
Parker starts on the bottom to begin period number 2.
He's got to keep moving.
Talked about bus wrestling lawless. That turned out to be a big, big pin for Absegami. I don't think Phillipsburg thought they'd get pinned there.
No, absolutely not. And that was
cost
huge.
them the match.
Yeah, that's right, because Absegami only won 6 bouts, and they lost 8, just like Paulsboro. Phillipsburg won 3 years ago. You know, this is North against South. This is David and Goliath. Group 4 against Group 1.
Parker doing a nice job to turn in and grab the leg.
2 programs that are steeped in history.
There's a stalemate.
John, you're learning those wrestling calls so easy.
It's hanging with you, Vogue. Parker trying to stand up. There's that move again, though, by Bus.
Yep.
He has Parker in a lot of trouble.
That's his ladle. You can't stop out there. When you get up on your hands and knees, you can't stop. If Bus throws his hips out here, he's going to get a fall on his ladle.
Plenty of time, too, Vogue. 50 seconds left in the period, and he's all but there. Oh,
inside
close.
shoulder was up. The inside shoulder was up. Got 3-point near fall.
5-0.
Parker just has to move. He has to move.
He could get hit for a warning here. He's just has his head down on the mat, Vogue. Now he stands up.
See, he can't stop right there. He's got to come up to that, and then he's got to move something. He's got to do something with it.
Once again, his head's just, of course, his head's being pounded into the mat there.
Yeah, well, Bus is doing a great job of just putting that pressure on the back of the head.
Parker just holding on to that leg. He's got to hold on, trying to turn and get some back points.
Peterson.
Can pop his head and get a reversal here at the end of the period. Won't get it. Bus still in control. He's up 5-0 with 7 seconds left in the second.
That's all you see down south in that Deep Creek tournament. The Peterson, the Granby, the Peterson, the Granby. It's a good move if you get it. You have to explode through it.
We'll win the second period with Dan Bus up 5-0. And this is just a big day of wrestling here in South Jersey, folks. Of course, we're running this match same day. We also have Delsea, Kingsway for Tri-County Royal Division, and then a big one at night, Absegami and Camden Catholic. And depends what happens here. I mean, number 1 is still up for grabs. I mean, if Paulsboro can pull off the win here and Absegami gets knocked off by Phillipsburg in the Group 4 playoffs.
And of course, Camden Catholic, they're hoping tonight if they can beat Absegami, Camden Catholic will lay claim to number 1 because Absegami beat Paulsboro head up.
Yep.
This is a huge third period for Parker. How much has he gotten in shape? What can he do on top? Got to flatten this man out. He's got to break him down. He can't let him get his legs free. Parker's doing a pretty good job of riding here, John, but if he doesn't continue to get out to the side a little bit and make some kind of a pinning attempt, look, he's going to get called for riding parallel. But this is huge. If he only loses by decision, it doesn't benefit Phillipsburg.
Of course, Paulsboro winning 3 close ones at 103. Smith wins 4-3. Lonsbury won 9-8 over Stillo at 112, and O'Hara won 4-2 with a takedown at the buzzer at 119. It's 9-0 Paulsboro. We're at 125.
And I think, a lot of people that were charting it ahead of time might have been seeing O'Hara getting bonus points at that match, but Trevor Duddy, it was not a fish. Extremely talented wrestler, and O'Hara did what he had to do to win, and that was the key thing. He won.
Parker's doing a nice job here on top. I mean, staying active, trying to get some points.
He's got to chop him down. He's got to get him on the mat, try and work him on the mat.
But he doesn't want to get sloppy and him get turned. Doesn't want to get sloppy.
Well, this is that.
Step over, he might get some back points.
Well, he's got to watch. He's getting elevated there. He can't get elevated because he can fly right over the man's back.
There we go. He's got to watch, though. He might be getting too high up.
He's got to keep those hips into it. He's got the legs in. Now, if he comes across the chin, well, Bus did the right thing here. He bellied down.
18 seconds left.
Huge. Every match is like crucial, so crucial.
We talked about it when we did Lenape Washington Township vote. Sometimes you can help your team win by losing. Just don't give up the big points. He'll lose 5-0, but Paulsboro still leads 9-3 through 4 bouts. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. Back at Paulsboro High School, we get ready for 130 pounds. Paulsboro leads on the team scoreboard 9-3. We started at 103. So we go to 130. Chuck Martell, freshman for Paulsboro, 13-9 against the junior Kyle McRoberts, 12-10 for Phillipsburg.
We're doing it the old-fashioned way today, John, from 103 through heavyweight. Boy, would I like to see that brought back. Chuck Martell, a very impressive freshman this year, 13-9. The record, not a glamorous record, but he is hard-nosed. He's a tough kid. He's a freshman getting a baptism under fire. And he's got a bright future if he keeps working hard.
He makes the first move, shooting in old McRoberts.
Kyle McRoberts, you mentioned, 12 wins, 10 losses, so he's been around this year. He's the junior.
Martell trying to bring him back in. He's doing a nice job. Bring him back in towards the center. Has he got the 2? No.
Nope. Never got complete control. You gotta like Martell's approach to the match here. He's being offensive, and that's what you gotta be. Show no fear, respect him, but don't fear him.
I think what'll be interesting here is to see if this match goes to period number 3, though, as aggressive as Martell has started out, how much juice we'll have left in the 3rd period. I mean, obviously, this is the biggest match he's been into.
Yeah, he's gonna get taken down right here. Because he kept his head on the mat, he allowed the man to spin behind. Martell's trying to battle out of it. He can free his legs. Gonna try and pull that inside arm out. Gotta keep walking it. Have to try and reach back in a crossface. There's the 2. Got a reversal, but he didn't fall, didn't stay on his toes. And he gets reversed right back, right at the buzzer.
That's not wrestling the full 2 minutes there. Nice job by McRoberts not to quit after getting reversed.
Defense.
Yeah,
Would have just laid flat, but he kept working.
Yeah, what you have to do is when you get the reversal like that, you got to get up on your toes and drive the man down, break him down. Martell didn't do that. Young wrestlers sometimes have a tendency, John, to stay on their knees too long when a bottom man is making a move. If you don't get up on your toes and follow, a lot of times that can really hurt you.
Freestyle start.
Well, that's fine, but when you cut them loose,
You got to take them down.
that makes it 5-2. He's getting his head controlled.
Roberts with a nice turn.
Nice slip move. He just pulled him right by. Pulled him right by and got the takedown.
7-2.
He is.
That makes it 7-2.
Martell's got to get that head off the mat.
Well, again, here's the inexperience of a freshman being in a pressure match. Will he remember what he was taught in the practice room?
McRoberts had to wrestle Ryan Bridge in the dual meet. He wrestled at 125 pounds and lost 22-11 in the Absagami match.
Ryan Bridge, one of the best 25-pounders in the state this year.
Martell in a little bit of trouble here.
Well, he's got his arm trapped.
13 seconds left. He'll fight through it, though.
Well, he got to freed his arm. Now he's got to push up from there, and he's got to go.
I want to see, what do you think, Vogue? Martell has his choice here to start the third period. He hasn't had much success on the bottom. Does he start neutral?
Well, he's been taken down twice. That's not exactly the right thing to do either, I don't think.
Where you going? Down? Going down?
And he is starting down as we take a look at Greg Troxel. Don't think he could you think he'd wrestle heavyweight today if he wrestled?
Maybe 215.
Yeah. Roberts, the junior, with a 7-2 lead. Talked about conditioning here for Martell.
Well, this is the third period, and this is what Paul Marino's staff would strive for in the practice room. To get to the third period and be able to explode.
But he's got to wrestle. He has to watch out here.
Well, he's down by 5 points. He wants to stay out of the back situation. He wants to try and get off the bottom. He's got to explode off the bottom. See if this first move is an explosive move. That's a good sign of conditioning in the third period. If you explode off the bottom.
No one has been hit for a warning yet, so no stall calls.
I see it was like a half a move there that time. It gave McRoberts time to counter that move. Guys, get his head up and move. Stalemate.
Like Maloney, he doesn't waste time. A lot of times you see a ref let up maybe too much time. He gets that stalemate and calls it right away.
Good thing to do.
Martell stands up, but McRoberts grabs and brings him right back down to the mat. Final minute to wrestle.
He's got to get his head out of there.
Might get another stalemate here. Nope. Martell trying to drive forward.
Got to watch that far leg. Phillipsburg's far leg. Now he's fine. Boy, every match has just been a battle. Every bout.
All regular decisions here. And if Martell stays off his back, we'll get another one here. 10 seconds left. Seven to 2, the final score. Now 9-6, Paulsboro leads Phillipsburg as we head to 135. Where I think we start seeing some lineup moves. We expect to see, what do you think, Dominic Magazoo?
Magazoo will come out for Paulsboro, and I think that they're probably still going to counter with PJ Budd here. I don't think they'll...
135 pounds. PJ Budd.
Yep.
Dominic Magazoo.
And Phillipsburg expects to pick up big points here. I mean, you would think they'd anticipate doing that. Well, Bud's coming in 21-2, Magazoo 13-10.
Yep.
I don't see Magazoo get pinned though.
Well, this again is an intriguing match because Magazoo doesn't have the glamorous record that PJ Budd does. You got a wrestler walking here 21-2, and you're showing a record of 13-10. You obviously got to lean towards the 21-2 record. But the object here in the middle is to try and keep some of these bouts close, because Paulsboro does have the advantage in the last 3 weight classes, especially with the possibility of bonus points.
Fix your thing. Easy, guys. Easy.
Talking about different moves that might be coming up. I think we'll start to see him in the next weight class when Trevor Suter comes out. It'll be interesting to see who they send out for Phillipsburg. Because the person they weighed in at that weight class is Mike Frank, but they may sacrifice somebody to Suter and bump Frank up and bump right up into 171 pounds.
You see Magazu tying up Bud.
Boy, what two-story programs we're dealing with here today, John. I don't know if people realize the historical significance of the matchup of these two teams 4 years ago. It really brought a lot of legitimacy to Southern New Jersey for a team that got a lot of disrespect, I think. I'm talking about Paulsboro because they were always a Group 1 champion. A lot of people didn't think they could go with the big boys, even though they did it down here.
Magazu a little sloppy there, but I'll tell you what, recovered nicely.
Yes, he did. But to go up into Phillipsburg's infamous pit the first year and then win down here again the second year. And last year, if not for one flawed move early in the match, they might have won again last year. Not too many people have beaten Phillipsburg in successive matches. Although Absegami has done it, they beat him twice last year and beat him the first time this year. That's 3 in a row. And when you stop to think that in the last 30 years or so, from 1970, there's only 20 times has Phillipsburg lost to another New Jersey team since 1970. 20 times.
And of course, there's a good chance Phillipsburg and Absegami will wrestle on Saturday. Tell you what, nice job by Magazu in the first period. Didn't look intimidated.
No, he wasn't.
As we take a look, Marina, Duca, Shilda, Kama. Wow. All ending in vowels, Voj.
Yes.
Name like Mondelli, you appreciate that.
You're saying there's something wrong with Vogeding?
No, I did not say that. My mom's Irish and German, folks.
There you go. Now see that? There's where you're not going to call stolen. When he gets down that single leg like that, and he picks it up. When the man stands up, you pick up the leg. If you stand there and hold it, you're going to get hit with a stalling warning. If you follow and try to trip the man or pick the leg up and try and take him down, you're generally not going to get a stalling call. Caution on Phillipsburg, moving too quickly.
Trying to pick Bud up, trying to bring him right back down. This is where he has to watch out.
Now he's going to give up an escape there. They're neutral.
I think Bud wanted 2, but he only got 1.
He never got complete control before they went out. But still, he has the first point in the match, which is very important.
I'm thinking Phillipsburg, so I hope it's not that important because they don't want a decision in overtime.
That's true. Now you see Magazu backing up here and backing up, and he can't keep backing up because if he does, he'll get called for stalling.
Coach, you've had a chance to see, I guess, Phillipsburg, what, two times this year against Kittatinny and Kingsway?
Yes.
Your impression of, the way, the style they wrestle?
Well, their style is very much a style that they've developed over the years. It's a tenacious, aggressive style. It's a style that Paul Marina has tried to invoke into his Paulsboro kids. You see the takedown, spin behind. He spun his man, spins behind. Going to give up an escape here, though, if they go out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, though, nice job by Bud to grab his head.
And that's what prevented Magazu from getting an escape. Yeah, I think what impresses you with the Paulsboro program or the Phillipsburg program and recently an Absegami program, the good programs have wrestlers that are tenacious out there. They just go at you, go at you, go at you. They just don't stop. And Phillipsburg against Kittatinny. I mean, Kittatinny come in there undefeated and with a lot of notoriety. And Phillipsburg beat them 34-20, although it was close to the last 2 bouts. But they were tenacious in that match. They won the close ones. And if you're going to be a championship team like Phillipsburg or Paulsboro, you not only have to win the ones you're supposed to win, but you got to steal 1 or 2 throughout the lineup, which is what Paulsboro's done in this match so far. I mean, they got the first 2 bouts, and those were really crucial bouts.
Magus is fighting hard to get that 1 point in the last few seconds of the period.
And that's all you can ask from your wrestler. When your wrestler goes out there as a decided underdog, he has to keep working. Not a very happy-looking state liner fan.
No, I would say nervous, apprehensive.
Apprehensive. Well, I think that by this time, Phillipsburg expected to be winning the match, and I think they fully expected to win the first 2 bouts.
Yeah, Vogue, right before we started, I said with a couple breaks, Phillipsburg had a chance to win maybe the first 6 or 7 matches here with a couple breaks. Magus is in trouble here, though.
And he's cradled. He's cradled. Oh, my. Oh, my. Got to fight. Got to fight like he never fought before. Oh, brother. Got that inside arm up. Well, to his credit, he's fighting.
Magus is doing a nice job. 6-0 now.
And that primarily because you only get caught in the cradle, John, when you don't move. And that caution is the bottom man, so that's a Paulsboro caution. Magazu's down 6-0. He doesn't want to get up 2 more points because that puts you in major decision territory. His objective now is to get out of this bout without giving up any more points or get 2 of his own. He's getting cradled again.
Doing a nice job, though, reaching back and grabbing the leg. So nice job by Magus, but we'll go out and go back to the center. Tell you what, this is PJ Budd, only one of 2 Phillipsburg wrestlers to win in their dual meet against Easton.
Yes, but I'll tell you what Mike Rossetti told me ahead of time. Those 2 matches that Phillipsburg won against Easton, both Easton varsity starters were out of the lineup that night.
I noticed that by looking at the record, yeah.
So quite conceivably, if the regulars were in there, they could have shut Phillipsburg out, and that is unbelievable. That's how powerful Easton is.
Yeah, but not many people are aware Easton's ranked 4th in the country in the amateur wrestling news. Great Bridge, Paulsboro fans are familiar with. They're ranked number 2. Blair Academy from New Jersey, number 1. Magus is doing everything he can to try and get out and at the same time stay off his back. With 15 seconds left, he trails 6-0.
He's got a neutral.
There's the neutral, 6-1. So far, every match has been a decision. No majors, no tech falls, no pins.
Now, there's only 10 seconds to go here. They're neutral. Magazu doesn't know it. They're neutral. But all he can afford to be taken down here just can't be afford to be taken to his back.
This is where you can stall, Voge.
Yep. There's no stalling warning. Just get motion. That's all the coach wants you to do. Just get motion. Don't get caught.
That's it. Final score, 6-1. 9-9 as we go to 140 pounds. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Back at Paulsboro High School, 10 seconds into the 140-pound match, and we have a lineup change already. This is Gabe Trembler and Trevor Suter. Trembler is 6-13. He's a senior. Suter
is a sophomore, and he's 21-2 this year, 45-11 in his 2-year career at Paulsboro. Lost once at Caldwell, once at Deep Creek, 2nd in the districts last year. This is the first move by Phillipsburg, and I presume what they're going to do here, John, is bump up from here on out through 171 pounds.
And there's the takedown, and of course, like Phillipsburg won it in the last match, Paulsboro wants here, they need some bonus points.
Well, they've got to have extra points in this bout.
Suter trying to lock this one up here.
Well, you notice he tried to tilt, and he came out of the tilt, now he's trying the arm bar.
Trembler just holding down the mat.
Well, Trembler's like glue. His hands are like glue. He wants to stay stuck to the mat. That's his job, just like Magazu's job was not to give up any extra points. Oh, my.
Almost on it.
Oh, brother.
2 back. Look at Suter just working non-stop. They got the back points. He's up 4-0.
Oh, my. If he steps over. Oh, brother.
Oh my! Got to lift the head. Lift the head. He just missed it.
2 more back at 6-0. 20 seconds left. He'd like to get.
No, he just got to calm down. He's got to calm down, just use basics.
Face me.
If Trevor has one flaw, votes, and this is what I'm told, sometimes we get a little sloppy.
Well, he gets very aggressive out there. That's his style. That's a Suter trademark.
Ah, you slip.
Paulsboro gets the caution.
I mean, last year watching him wrestle, you knew he was going to be real good.
Well, I don't think there's any question. Dad, Fred Suter among the brothers, Jack and Tim and Fred and Matt and Jason.
They'll take an 8-0 lead into the second period. Of course, he's in a tough weight class in this region with Brandon Becker at 145.
Curtis Cooper of Pittman.
And I guess we'll figure out where Cooper's going to go, I guess, in the next couple days, right?
You're down,
Brandon
P-Bird.
Becker's going to be in the other district.
P-Bird, you're down.
But it could be a Curtis Cooper, Trevor Suter final. And
That'll be a nice region, huh? 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and who's Clearview? Clearview has Cartella, but I guess he's at 40, right?
They had Morocco there.
Last year when Trevor Suter was a freshman, he wrestled Justin Kohler, who we'll see upcoming. Justin Kohler beat Suter 3-2 last year.
At the end there, Suter was winning that match.
Yeah. A little bit of payback here. Oh my, oh brother.
Some kids just don't get pinned, I think.
Well, that's Trembler's his responsibility out there. Go out there and don't get pinned. Every point you save is crucial.
10-0.
First, Trevor's grandmother, Irma Stevenson, we see weekly on Comcast, and I on Paulsboro with the
Come on, P-Bird.
mayor of Paulsboro and now an assemblyman in the state of New Jersey. Assemblyman or?
Assemblyman.
Yeah.
Hold up. Get up.
You got blood
Ah,
time?
your chin.
Got blood time.
Good job.
109 left in period number 2.
John, I thought it interesting, I mentioned it earlier about Phillipsburg, the fact that Absegami is believed to be the first New Jersey team to defeat Phillipsburg 3 consecutive times since the 1950s. Washington High School, which is now Warren Hills Regional, won 10 straight over Phillipsburg from 47 to 55, including 2 during the 1946-47 season. And Newton, a scourge in New Jersey wrestling years ago, had 5 straight victories over state liner teams from 47 to 51.
You have it all, Voge, don't you?
Well, that's thanks to the Eastern Express, quite frankly. That was in the game story. The match story was written after Absegami beat the state liners by 1 point.
Well, while we have this little break, Voge, I'd like to wish you a happy birthday a couple days ago, February 7th. You celebrated what, Voge? How old? Young. Young's our director, Stan Ritter, guessing 33. You might want to times that by 2 and minus 5. Oh, 40. Well, you still want to add 43 as in our channel. That's 61. You look good for 61, Voge.
We're happy to be here.
Start up again in period number 2.
Got a birthday card from Alice Cameron, and it was addressed to me right in the middle of my first and last name was Oh My.
I'm sure we'll be hearing that term a couple times.
Oh my.
There you go.
Oh, brother. Oh my.
Yep.
Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Oh, brother. 2 points, near fall. Off the Spladle.
Look out.
12-0 the score. Oh, brother. Suter's throwing the proverbial kitchen sink out here at Trembler.
Yeah, if he turns him one more time, that could end it, and I think Paulsboro would like to get the pin.
Well, they need the bonus points. I'll take 5 as well as 6, I would think. Love to have 6. But when a guy goes out there and not get a pin, it's awfully tough.
1, 2, 3.
He's going to get 2.
2.
14-0 as we head into the third. It's nearing a Tech fall.
Well, again, 14-0.
They're just going to give up the Tech fall.
Give it to him. That's it.
15-0.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? That's a smart move, I think.
Yep.
14-9 Paulsboro.
The intentional escape. Now we're going to see the bumping continue
Yeah,
here.
I would think Mike Frank will come out now.
145 pounds. Mike Frank.
Yep.
Nino Palomini.
Palomini, a sophomore, 9-6. Frank
Big hands.
attended Easton High School's first few years. Now at Phillipsburg, Frank is 11-7. $14-9 Paulsboro. We started at 103 pounds. Now at 145.
And we've reached the halfway point. We've had 7 matches, 4 to Paulsboro, 3 to Phillipsburg, 14-9 your team score. Nino Palomini, John, by the way, has really been coming on. I think he's a name to watch for in the future. He got a little bit of a slow start this year. He was on the football team. I think a little bit undecided on whether to come out, and undecided on what weight class to go to. A lot of times when guys play football and they come out and have to start that first initial session of weight loss, it becomes traumatic. And until the body becomes accustomed to it.
Got a warning on Paulsboro.
Yeah, he backed up on the shot, so he's got to be careful of that. He's got a stalling warning.
Got to keep moving forward.
Take a shot.
And you're going to see Maloney telling Palomino to take a shot. Nino Palomini should be the starting kicker for Paulsboro's football team next year. I heard he's a really good kicker.
Oh, he's got a great foot. He's got a great foot. One for James Funk this last year. Palomini would have been the kicker. Now again, he's got to watch out. He can't keep backing up. He has his warning.
Paul Marina telling Palomini to move straight in, take a shot.
Now he can circle and he can back up after he takes a shot, but he's got to exercise some kind of a shot to keep out of stalling territory. There's a shot.
Frank with the legs.
Yeah, now see when he came up, he took a shot, but then he came straight up when he did. He gave Phillipsburg the opportunity to go right for his legs, and that caused the takedown. When you're going to take the shot on your opponent, John, if the shot fails, as you withdraw from the shot, you have to be very careful not to come straight up. When you come straight up, you expose your legs, and that's what he did. We'll see it on the tapes.
Of course, Frank being exposed to that Easton program for the first 3 years now at Phillipsburg. Used to the big pressure matches.
Well, this is 145 pounds, so at 152, I know we're going to see Eric DeTono from Paulsboro, and I'm sure that
we'll see Justin
Kohler will come out there from Phillipsburg. That means that Derek Schisler will go at 60 and Dave Post will move up to 71. I don't think Phillipsburg has any choice at this point. Again, if you're going to lose in these middle weight classes, you have to keep it close, because I think Paulsboro is using a first-time starter. You see the freestyle start. First-time starter, 160, and that could be a weight class where Phillipsburg has a definite advantage.
Palomini's already been hit for a stall warning, so he's got to be active on top. Trails 2-1.
Yeah, he's got to move on his feet. He's got to get motion out there. When he takes a shot, he's got to take a good sound shot. He's going to go out of bounds.
No points.
Before the takedown.
Me too.
Phillipsburg bench encouraging Mike Frank to keep the pressure on, to keep firing in. Maloney explained to Mike Frank, you need 2 legs, you only have one. Frank kind of
him or no?
acknowledged he knew that.
Yeah, he got warned already.
Frank's just asking if he's been hit for a stall warning, if Palomini has been, and said he's been hit for the warning. Palomini taking the shot.
Okay, now he's got a good shot to the outside here on one leg. He hasn't got it entirely. If he doesn't get that leg, he's just got to be careful how he backs out of it. But Mike Frank knows Palomini has the stall warning, so he's going to keep the pressure on too. Believe it or not, John, this is what wrestlers spend hours and hours and hours going down the practice room. Getting the 3-man groups, 4-man groups, on their feet, learning how to take down, learning how to defend the takedown.
43 seconds left, second period.
Stalling.
Over 1 point, big point for Phillipsburg. Another stall on Palomini. Now 3-1. Next one's a point, next one's 2, next one it's over.
That's correct. And now in the penalty chart.
Throw this update at you since we're same day. Kingsway Delsey match started at 1:40. Donnie Fish 16, Greg Ross 6. Wow. They just started up, so Delsey leads 4-0 in that match. Palomini trying to throw Frank. Should be a big move at the end of the period, trying to get some points. And we'll end the second period. 3-1, Frank leads. And Palomini just wrestled 2 varsity matches last year. So baptism under fire this year.
And he's got to get on his toes here. You can hear him yelling from the bench to get on your feet. Can't, he locked hands right off the bat. That's a penalty charge. That's going to be an automatic point. Plus, you're going to get reversed. Not quite reversed yet. Going to get at least an escape. There's a 1-point penalty.
Next stall is now 2 points, though. It just makes that huge, real big. 5-1. Palomini does what he has to do, gets aggressive, takes the shot. I just try and tie him up right there as long as you can.
Yeah.
And now he's at the point where he doesn't want to give up big points.
And Greg Troxel, who doesn't always show a lot of emotion, is right up to the side of the mat and telling his man, you got to keep shooting, you got to keep the pressure on.
There's the shot by Frank.
Because he has the stalls.
And you say Troxel's just getting up yelling, shoot.
Yep. And Palomini has not been under this kind of pressure before. He can't back up. That's what he has to do. He has to keep shooting, taking the shots.
And if you're Nino Palomini for Paulsboro, you just want to go in there, lock him up, kill some of the clock.
Doesn't want to back up.
Got to be watching
right up.
He's backing up. He could get hit for 2. And that would put a lot of pressure on a sophomore in the last 50 seconds.
And a lot of pressure
out of the match.
And a lot of pressure on the referee.
Yeah, because you hate to have a guy stalled out.
He'd almost be better letting himself get taken down.
I agree.
And then just keep trying to move off the bottom. There's the 2, takedown.
36 seconds left, 7-1. You might see him cut him here, Boz.
Cuts him loose. I was just going to say the same thing. It's 7-1. I'd cut him loose and put the pressure on, try and get takedown again.
And I'll tell you what, if you're Frank, you're thinking 36 seconds. If only had more time, if you're Palomini saying 36 seconds, that seems like forever.
They're going to cut him loose. There's a good shot. That's what he has to do.
No, wait for the...
Stay right there. You'll hold that. You'll hold that elbow.
The stalemate right see if he calls it. Frank doing a nice job. They'll spin around.
He's going to get the 2. That's 9-2.
12 seconds left.
Got to push up here and keep moving.
3 seconds.
3 seconds to go. He's got to stand up.
That'll make the score after these next 3 seconds. Oh, we'll wait.
Let's go.
He's going to cut him loose.
I don't think he's going to let him go, Voj. Try and spin the side and crank him. Final score, 9-2.
9-3. Got an escape right at the buzzer.
9-3. I'll tell you what, though, Paulsboro's doing what it has to do. They trail, they lead 14-12. We'll take a break. Back at Paulsboro High School, Paulsboro leads 14-12. Justin Kohler and Eric DeTono. Of course, last year, Kohler wrestled Suter. DeTono not wrestling in a match last year.
Justin Kohler as junior, 16 wins and 8 losses this year. First at District 1 at 130 last year, third in Region 1. First in the district at 125 the year before. So he's a 2-time district champion who was third in the region last year. Eric DeTono, first year varsity wrestler, 13 wins and 7 losses. Advantage again to Phillipsburg here. Advantage to this extent. Get experience against inexperienced varsity competition.
DeTono's been wrestling most of the year at 160.
Drop down for this foul. Of course, Phillipsburg was able to counter that move by having the extra wrestlers in the middle where Paulsboro is a little bit softer, so they could bump up wrestlers where Paulsboro didn't have that ability. But it's also going to make for one of the most intriguing matchups 2 bouts from now when Dave Post, one of the best wrestlers in New Jersey, moves up to 171 and gives away 12 pounds. He goes against Zach Guerin, who's one of the best wrestlers in New Jersey at his weight class.
I tell you, DeTono's doing a nice job.
Doing what he has to do.
Staying active.
Mix it. Anybody that saw DeTono play football this year in the defensive secondary and saw the way he tackled, know that he's a tough guy. He may not be smooth as silk out on the mat, but nobody can challenge his courage or his heart.
First of all, we had a chance to see DeTono. We were here scouting Paulsboro one night, remember? And he chipped his tooth, placed a tooth on the side, went out and pinned his opponent.
Yep.
Now he wears a mouthpiece.
Yep, just threw the piece of tooth away. Let's get on with it. Nice forward roll by DeTono. Different than at Granby. At Granby, you go across your shoulders and you come up and you hold the wrist while you're doing it. That was simply a forward roll attempt to get out.
Of course, the key here in Paulsboro's 4 losses, not giving up any bonus points. That's why they lead 14-12. The only bonus points at Tech fall for Trevor Suter.
The only ones in the match so far.
And the luck of the draw for Paulsboro. They start at 103. They win at 103, which is a big key. And now they know they end with Funk, Mendenhall, and Curl. Of course, you have Guerin in there in that big match against Post.
But even coming in, the coaching staff from Phillipsburg, there's almost
No
a
control.
reversal, almost.
Look out, DeTono's in little trouble.
Cradle possibility.
Hey, DeTono almost had an escape, almost had a reversal, almost got taken to his back, and we're still scoreless. With 1:08 left here in period number 2. It's a lot happening in about 10 seconds and no scoring.
There's the escape.
DeTono very aggressive going in on a shot.
Like I say, it's an interesting sport because you have to respect your opponent but you can't walk out there between the lines and fear your opponent. From what I saw from from Eric DeTono on the football field this year, there is no fear.
Here he is again taking the shot. In this match, he's definitely the most aggressive. And with the first point, a close match, it's a big point. We've talked about it all year.
Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet.
He's got to watch out. Kohler doing a nice job. And he gets him right to his back.
Brother.
So a takedown and back points and a big move.
Inexperience has killed him.
2 back points, so a big 4-point move.
All that was, John, was a product of inexperience. 3/4 of the way through a takedown move, just got a little bit off balance, and it cost him dearly.
He's going down.
I'll tell you what, they've scored a lot of points in the second period, in the last 10 seconds of the second period in this match. I'll tell you what, Phillipsburg's points, most of them have been scored there.
Late points.
See what DeTono does here on the top and see what Kohler does here on the bottom.
DeTono has good strength. If he gets Kohler on his back, Kohler could be in trouble. But the experience may be DeTono's biggest enemy here.
Kohler doing a nice job. He doesn't want to get put on his back. He knows that. He'd like to pick up bonus points, but he definitely needs a win.
He's got to come up off that single leg.
Of course, his head's being pushed into the ground, so you get the stalemate.
Yep.
No way.
And Maloney agrees with me, I guess. Well, can't come off the leg if your head's being pushed into the ground.
1:13 to go. DeTono down 4-1. He's got to be careful not to ride parallel here. He's got to keep working.
At what point does DeTono try and let him go, or he doesn't? Because,
well, you know, I don't know if he tries to let him go. There's the escape. Oh my! Again, inexperience.
that's a big move. That's
ball
8.
three.
That's 8-1, Vogt.
Yep.
Now Kohler might have to let him go or try and turn him quick. He needs one more point. It's getting late now to let him go and try and take him down. And if you're DeTono, just stay there. Take the 8-1 loss.
Well, I think that score might be wrong. I think the score is 10.
2 point, you got to escape. 2 point near fall, 3 near
3,
fall.
4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, it is the wrong score.
I think it's 10-1.
You got to escape. 1 point escape, 2 point takedown, 3 near fall.
I think it's 10-1.
6 seconds.
Okay.
10-1. So he needs a reversal, so
10-1 is correct.
It was 4-1, wasn't it? It was 4-1. You got to escape, takedown, 3 near fall. Okay, I'm serious. That's 6 and 4 is 10.
Well, 6 seconds to go. DeTono needs a miracle reversal to take away a major. Inexperience killed him, John. On that escape, takedown, near fall, he went right to his back, and that was crucial.
okay, so a 10-1 win for Justin Kohler at 152. Phillipsburg in front, 16-14.
And that's their first bonus points. They've won 5 bouts, but that's the first bonus points they've gotten.
We expect to see Derek Schisler and Craig Kostenbader.
160 pounds, Derek Schisler and Craig Kostenbader.
Kostenbader's first varsity match.
Yeah, what a baptism.
And it's Derek Schisler, senior, 18-5. Schisler's gone 171 most of the season, getting down to 160 for this match. Obviously, Phillipsburg thinking that Garin would be favored over Schisler, so giving themselves a shot with Post going there.
To be able to flip-flop, which is what they're doing. 18-5 is Schisler, second in the district and second in the region at 160 pounds a year ago. So he has the varsity experience. He's one up on Kostenbader, of course. Last year in the dual meet, Zach Garin beat Schisler 3-1. It's another reason why they might have wanted Schisler away from Garin. Schisler gets the takedown.
And he's working for the points right here.
My. Big cradle attempt.
Nice job by Kostenbader. Just fought that one off.
Now this is a hard assignment for your first time out, to go against a wrestler that's already wrestled 23 times this year.
If you remember last year, Paulsboro did it with Steve O'Leary, who was on the team last year, sent him out in a situation, his first varsity match.
Yep. Schisler gets his hip out here, he'll get back points as he got the half buried in there. Oh my. Great job by Kostenbader, kicking out.
Schisler just working every pinning combination he can think of here with 27 seconds left in the period.
Oh my, oh brother. Oh brother.
He'll get at least 3 back points if he doesn't get the pin.
Might not survive this period.
And there's the pin, 22-14. We'll take a break, Phillipsburg on top, 22-14. Back at Paulsboro High School, Vogeding. If Paulsboro wins this match, it's all but over.
Well,
and even with the regular decision, Phillipsburg's in trouble because that forces them to win at least 1 out of the last 3 matches.
That's correct. And, presuming Paulsboro will get bonus points down the end, I'm sure everybody feels that Curl will get a pin, but Ron Caroni is not going to roll over for Mendenhall, nor is Bray going to roll over for James Funk.
Zach Garin, 21-1. Dave Post, 22-1. Garin's only lost to Anthony Oriole of Eastern in the Caldwell tournament by a point. And Post has only lost this past week against Easton by 2 points.
Garin, 57 wins and 12 losses in his career at Paulsboro. First in the district, second in the region last year.
Garin trying to use his strength to spin around, get the takedown and put Post on his back.
And he does have a 12-pound differential on Post.
Might get a stalemate, however.
Post weighed in at 160 pounds and a half, 160 and 1/2 pounds. Garin weighed in 172.7 pounds. Post, as you mentioned, losing to Matt Lear of Easton by 2 points, 10-8. First in the district, second in the region in 2001. First in the district, fourth in the region in 2000. Both years at 145 pounds.
Here's the takedown for Garin. 2-0 Paulsboro.
Garin, one of the best linebackers I saw in South Jersey this last year.
Oh, look out. Garin trying to pick him up, putting him right to his back. He'll go out and go back to the center. We had a chance to see how good Dave Post was going to be his freshman year. If you remember, he wrestled DJ Kama. Right. That match went into overtime, and the big move by Kama at the very end gave Paulsboro that win when it goes back down to it.
Yep, 29-24 was the score that year, but that was a huge match.
Double overtime.
3-1 in the second overtime, the tiebreaker. They got the escape.
Oh, look at it as they both go out. 2-1 with 10 seconds left. it's 2-1 to escape.
According to which side of the gym you're sitting on, whether you agreed or disagreed with that call, but as he pointed out to the Paulsboro wrestler, you didn't have it locked when you went out of bounds.
I'm just laughing, folks, because you can hear Al Maloney just getting on the crowd because they're getting on him about that call when that escape.
It was interesting. We could hear the mic. I'm sure the people couldn't hear him, but on the...
I'll make it nice. He just be quiet.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Peterson. There's two. Not going to get back points because they went out of bounds.
And the Paulsboro crowd starts to get on their feet, starting to make some noise. We'll see a freestyle start by Garin.
4-2. You know, we're anticipating, looking ahead, and of course we don't want to wish the season away, but there could be a heck of a district final between Alexis Aquino of Deptford and Zach Garin. Two of the better 71-pounders in South Jersey, if not the state.
Of course, South Jersey's really strong with Uria. Whoa, there's the throw. We're going to get a little talking, so we'll listen to Maloney.
I don't need that. You know that? Shake hands. I don't need that.
That might just wake up the Phillipsburg crowd there, but look at Garin.
Oh my! Oh my!
Oh, it's got trouble!
Oh my! Oh brother!
Plenty of time, though. It's 1 minute left in the period.
All he has to do is take his time. Oh brother! Oh my! Oh brother! That 12-pound differential.
That's a long time to stay off your back. Giving up 12 points.
Just like Scott Garin did. The first Phillipsburg Paulsboro match. Scott Garin got a key pin over Rob Santini.
33 seconds left. You see the clock?
Oh my!
They're waiting for the call.
Oh brother!
I don't think anybody expected this.
Phillipsburg didn't expect it.
Post did a nice job, though. Look at the job Post did.
Great job by Post. Super job by Garin.
9-2. Zach Garin wrestling a terrific match here. No butterflies for Garin. He's been around this mat for a long time. Saw his brother wrestle big matches. He's been in some big matches. And it's just been all Zach Garin as we head into the third period. He leads 9-2. I mean, you take a look at Mark Mendenhall and Curl up top. We have an injury timeout for Post.
Well, Phillipsburg and Dave Post have found out there's a tiger in this gym, and his name is Zach Garin.
And Village, I'll tell you what, I didn't think Paulsboro could win this match going in. I think we talked about it several times.
30 seconds, I want to know.
I'll tell you what, they're putting on a great display today. I mean, even the kids that lost did their job.
30 used.
Let's go, Raiders. You hear the chant.
There's Mr. Smith in the foreground there, whose son did a great job.
Here's this move. Watch this move. I'll tell you what, he had Post there for a long time. And I'll tell you what, and I think that's what you're seeing. You say when you're trying to fight off your back, that takes a lot out of a wrestler, and I think you're seeing that right now. Post
an awful
in
lot.
his injury.
1 minute used.
1 minute used, which means he has 30 seconds of injury time left.
Your choice.
Post is going to take the bottom. See if Garin lets him go to start the third.
Well, I think you'll see him cut him.
How much total time used? How much time used?
I don't think you need bonus points here. I think you just, this is a demoralizing match for
1
Phillipsburg.
minute used.
I think this is one they really counted on winning coming in.
Garin's going to cut him. We talked to Trump, so I think he thought this was his chance. He said from the beginning he was going to put Post up against Garin. Thought it was his best chance. And I just think, you know, Garin's just been wrestling great. He had that one setback at the beginning of the year coming off the football season. But then again, Oreo, in his defense, was coming off football season too. Not as many weeks as Paulsboro. But I mean, Garin's just been on fire and has been wrestling great. You've seen him a lot more than me. Look at that.
Oh my! Oh brother!
There's the takedown.
The weight differential, John, is taking its toll on Dave Post. Garen's 12 pounds heavier.
11-3.
Just look at the difference between them. When they line up side by side on the mat, just take a look. There is definitely a difference. Garen is a brute.
Well, let him go again. So he's going to look for a takedown because he's already giving up the bonus point here. Very confident he can get another takedown with 1:15 left. Paulsboro trails 22-14. We started at 103 pounds, but Paulsboro can end with their big guns. So if you're projecting down the line, things look pretty good for them.
The Phillipsburg people are just stunned. They're absolutely stunned. They walk into this bout leading 22-14 at this juncture. And I think they thought that Dave Post would handle Zach Garen. Wow.
Let's go, let's go. Come on.
Garen tying Post up again. 40 seconds left.
Come on, guys,
Garen with
let's go.
the 11-4 lead. Stalemate.
Garen gets one more takedown. It'll be a major decision.
You're bleeding? You're bleeding?
We saw Post wrestle Jared Vallejo earlier in the year on
I
contest.
got blood on the mat,
Got
too.
that spladle on him and pending. Fact is, I was watching that this morning, John. I had the tape of Phillipsburg on before I came here.
Doing your homework as you usually do.
Well, you know, it's been a while since we saw him against
He's got a bloody nose.
that match early in the year. And of course, I saw him against Kittatinny a week ago. And they really looked impressive against Kittatinny.
All right, cut the time. Let's go.
Blood time is over.
Good job. Let's go.
"35 seconds to go off this blood timeout. Garen leading 11-4. Paulsboro is losing 22-14. But the big guns are yet to come.
Of course, Garen would like to pick up to 1 point here.
Well, and I think Post recomposed himself and knows if he doesn't give up another takedown, he saves his team a point. It may be a moot point at this juncture.
There goes Garen, though, working that strength. There you go, right to his back. He'll get the takedown.
Brother.
He'll pick up that big
Oh,
point.
brother.
Does he get it? Got it. Big point. 13-4. 22-18. Phillipsburg leads Paulsboro. But Zach Garen with a 13-4 win over Post.
A big, big, big major decision.
And we go to James Funk against Mike Bray. Remember last year, Funk went up to 2:15 and wrestled Ron Caroni and beat him 18-4.
In any other gymnasium, Ron Caroni would have been disqualified for stalling, John.
That is one man's opinion.
Nothing against the officiating.
Funk 15-3 this year, 95-15 in his career. Bray 13-11.
Oh, my.
He's in trouble.
Brother. Beautiful takedown by Funk. Oh, he's got him in deep trouble. Oh, my. Oh, brother.
Plenty of time.
Oh, my. Look at Bray fight, though. Oh, brother. If he stretches him out, he's got it there. Oh, my.
He can pop that head
Oh,
up.
brother.
There he's got it, though.
Oh.
118
Oh,
got it.
brother.
24-22. Paulsboro on the pin. And I'll tell you what, it could snowball here.
Oh,
It could
my.
snowball. Many people thought it would be close if Paulsboro won, but the way it looks now, folks, this could be a convincing win.
Oh, brother.
We'll take a break. Back with the final two matches after this. Back at Paulsboro High School with 2 to go, and that's men and curl I'm talking about. Paulsboro leads 24-22. A good position to beat Phillipsburg for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. Ian Roncaroni and Mike Mendenhall. Mendenhall with a quick takedown and a 2-0 lead, Roncaroni.
Paulsboro's
17-5, Voj.
Paulsboro's big guns coming up with Mendenhall right now and Tom Curl on deck. Let's bar the doors now. Ron Caroni walks in 17-5, second in the district at 215 last year, third in the district at 189 the year before. Mike Mendenhall only 10-0 at this point because of the injury sustained during football season. 96-15 in his career, a three-time district champion, second in the region, third in the state last year, first in the region, 7th, 8th in the state as a sophomore, two-time All-South Jersey football player, an All-State football player who has signed to go to Temple University. Oh, brother. Paulsboro has made some big statements here. What do you think, John? Think Paulsboro would like to have another shot at Absegami this year?
I think so. I also think when people read the paper tomorrow, if they don't know the score by tomorrow, they're going to be very surprised at the score.
Very surprised. Oh, brother. He got that Turkin on the leg. If he can turn him, he'll get back points.
And if he gets a pin here, Paulsboro clinches the match.
Oh, my goodness.
And with the matchup next, a 2-12 wrestler going against Curl, Paulsboro looks in good shape.
Well, they look in good shape right now because I just can't see Ron Caroni being...
Oh, there's back points.
Oh, brother.
Mendenhall's going to carry at least a 5-0 lead going into the second period, barring anything strange here in the final 5 seconds.
Oh, my.
And I'll tell you what, by the end of the day, Voj, South Jersey could have 3 teams, 1, 2, and 3 in the state, as Paulsboro is on their way to a big win against Phillipsburg.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely, Voj, unbelievable.
Oh my, if he gets this, if he turns him in with this, John.
Ron Caroni's trying to get out. Mendenhall trying to keep him in.
Got that leg lace in. Ron Caroni's best bet to get out of bounds.
Going back, 5-0. You know, Camden Catholic puts that good showing on against Absegami tonight. You know, with Kittatinny losing to Phillipsburg, Paulsboro on their way to beating Phillipsburg, Absegami beating Phillipsburg. It could be 1, 2, 3 in the state for South Jersey. And we talked about how good wrestling is here, and I think that proves it today.
Perfect example. I mean, if you know the win is imminent here, and Paulsboro will have beaten Phillipsburg 3 out of 4 years. And of course, we all know that we've mentioned this before that next year the Hunterdon County, Warren County tournament, which is usually held at the beginning of the year, is going to be held on this corresponding weekend next year. And this has been Paulsboro's, Phillipsburg's weekend for the last 4 years. Will the series continue?
Come on, let's go, let's go.
Well, time will tell. I guess we'll find out. Mendenhall lets him go.
Work
5-1.
in, work in, work in, work back in.
He's telling Ron Caroni to walk to the
Work
center,
back in.
or he might get hit. I think that's his warning, or a warning.
Now the Phillipsburg bench very subdued at this point. I think they recognize that that move with Dave Post putting him up against Guerin was a dagger in the heart. I think they knew what to expect up top with Funk and Mendenhall and Curl. But Guerin just put a great big exclamation point on it.
Yeah, but Voj, if you look at it either way, I think it would have washed no matter what. I mean, if they send Schisler out, Guerin's going to beat him, and Post would have pinned his guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the end, it's just a wash.
But I think just for the momentum and the excitement of the whole thing.
Yeah, there's a nice takedown for Mendenhall.
Just spin behind, very basic. Now he can't clam up on the bottom because if he does, he can hit with stalling.
This is a strong weight class in the state, 215. Of course, Adam Cooney from Holy Cross was second in the state last year. Mendenhall was third. Donofrio from Cranford, he's going to make some noise. As we see Tom Curl in the on-deck circle, and I talked to Troxel, and he said that his wrestler wants to go out there and wrestle. They won't forfeit if they're up 7, down 7. We'll see what happens.
I hope he keeps his word.
7-1, we start the third period. Mendenhall in front.
Last year they had the match won, and Troxel chose to forfeit to Tom Curl. But I think the full house here deserves to see Curl in action. Here's a guy who was 5th in the state as a freshman, 3rd in the state as a sophomore, 1st in the state last year. See the takedown, makes it 9-1. And we've been tracking Curl, of course, John, and I know it's one bout away, but the young man has 81 career falls, 17 this year, 2 forfeits, 2 majors. He hasn't had a regular decision this year.
Closest was an 8-0 win against Davidovich of Eastern in the Caldwell final.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, Mendenhall may have benefited from those taken off at the beginning of the year because of that injury. They'll be strong towards the end of the year. There's a warning against Phillipsburg for stalling.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. He's rehabilitated, and he took his time getting back to make sure he was sound, so it was a smart move.
Just say hello.
45 seconds to go in this third period. Mendenhall has a major decision at this point. No sense doing anything to get in jeopardy out there. I'm sure he'd like to have the fall, but he'll settle for a major.
Come on, you gotta use it.
Good effort by Mendenhall. Doesn't want to get sloppy. He's got the extra point here.
Oh, it's 28-22, so if Tom Curl votes can stay off his back, Paulsboro's going to win.
Well,
9-1 Mendenhall. Paulsboro 28-22.
well, and I'll give the introductions real quick, John. Tom Curl, as we mentioned, 21-0 this year, 125 wins, 6 losses in his career. A 4-time Caldwell champion, a 4-time Deep Creek champion, 3-time district and regional champion, 5th, 3rd, and 1st in his 3 trips to the state, has signed to go to the University of Buffalo.
You don't want to see a slam. Look at that quick move by Curl. I've never seen a heavyweight that quick, Coach. Never.
Chris Porter, 2 wins and 12 losses. Tom Curl has it all, John. He's the complete package. Allen Ivers is the answer. Tom Curl's the solution.
Look at that. That could be a stall there.
Easy.
Isn't that fleeing the mat?
Well, he just wants to make sure he keeps his composure out there. I know Tom's excited. The team's excited.
Of course, before this match, I predicted the team with the P will win. I'm looking pretty good about now.
The team with the P on the shirt, huh?
Yeah. There you see again, that's fleeing the mat, Vogue.
Yeah.
There's the warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta stay in, guy. You can't crawl right out. Go ahead. You gotta stay in.
It's the 3rd time in 4 years that Tom Curl has been in to decide the match against Phillipsburg.
That's correct.
He's the heavy favorite here, but
well, and the score is what, 28-22.
Right.
So if he got disqualified or if he lost by fall, it would end up being a tie.
right. There we go. He's working the rolling.
He gets that cross-face far arm, winds him up. Could be curtains. Oh my!
Coming back the other way.
My. Oh brother!
Plenty of time. Final score: 34-22. Number 1 in the state could be determined next week in the Group 4 finals. Paulsboro convincingly over Phillipsburg. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this timeout.
And back at Paulsboro High School, Paulsboro a big winner, 34-22. And Paul, unbelievable job what you kids did. First at 103 and 112, the job that Smith and Lounsbury did.
It was the key. I mean, the first two weights, our kids kept the matches close, and they put themselves in a position to win it. And too close. If you remember last year's match with Smith, it was the same way. They were going back and forth, Smith and that opponent. But they were the key. They wanted to pull up some close wins, and that's what we had to do, win some close matches. And we did it early, and it sort of put us in the driver's seat. And I felt that the rest of the way we just had to stay off our backs and just wrestle tough until our big guns, stepped in.
Two things that impressed me is, one, the first three matches up to 119, you guys scored late to win the match, so you wrestled the full 6 minutes, and then your middleweights didn't give up the big points.
Yeah, our middleweights, I think not only that, but before this match even started, we had some kids drop down and weight. 3 kids dropped down, put us in a position to get some matchups that we wanted, and that was the key. The sacrifice that they made to drop down was half the battle, and we went out and they just did what we thought they had to do, and it was a great team effort. So,
Bo, do you have any questions?
Oh, I think the key was the first 2 weights, and John alluded to that. But I thought that the fact that Coach Troxel moved Dave Post up against Zach Aaron might have been a mistake, although, as John and I said, with Costabator going out there not having the experience and being his first varsity match, they probably could have gone either way and got what they wanted at that weight class at 150 at 160. But I just thought that the Lightning and Thunder at the top really put a punctuation mark on it.
Yeah, I think, I think at the point where Phillipsburg had Coach Troxel probably at that point had to go for a gamble, and they had to beat one of our top 4 guys to keep them in the match, so that wasn't, there's nothing you can do there. I think our 112 and 103 put us in that situation. And our big guys, it's kind of nice to draw this out at 103 because it gave us the old-fashioned wrestling dual meet, but it was nice to have our big guys at the end there. It was good to know we had them back there. And
right, any satisfaction beating a team like Phillipsburg 3 out of 4 years? And I know the contract's up now. Will there be a chance of wrestling them next year? Because I know their county tournament now has moved to the end of the year.
Yeah, I hope we can work something out. You can only benefit from wrestling Phillipsburg. Coach Troxel and I have talked, and we said we like it coming down to our 2 teams, especially if it involves teams being number 1 and number 2 in the state and having a chance to win everything. It's a nice scenario for wrestling. And Phillipsburg, not only do you want them on the schedule for that, but they have a quality program, and there's a lot of respect between both schools. So.
I know you're not a big fan of the polls, at least that's what you've told me in the past, but you look now and the way it looks, South Jersey has a chance with Absegami, Paulsboro, and Camden Catholic could be the top 3 teams in the state, but deep down, are you hoping for a Phillipsburg win over Absegami next week?
Gene Barber's my friend. I can't say that, but I bleed red and white, so hopefully, yes. I feel like they can pull that out. That'd be great,
Paul, congratulations. We'll talk to a couple wrestlers. Voj, why don't you start with Tom?
All right, Tommy, I think the thing that was impressive is John and I were talking as it came down to the end. You had to just win as your freshman year. You just couldn't lose by more than a decision. But it must be a lot of fun in the history of wrestling in the state of New Jersey to have wrestled for number 1 in the state 3 times and to have wrestled Phillipsburg 4 times. And you've been at the anchor spot of all 4 times. Was this any more exciting than the other ones, or?
This was just exciting as all of them. I mean, it was kind of weird that I got picked to wrestle at the end again, but I guess sometimes it happens like that.
And I think the thing that you said is, as we came over here, oh boy, look at that score, 12 points. That was, I think it opened a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of pressure down towards the end because all I had to do was win. And I knew, the worst thing that could happen was, if I wrenched his arm wrong or did an illegal move or slammed him, they would tie us. But I just went out there, wrestled a smart match, and came out with a win. And
you've reached almost every goal you've set so far. We got the groups coming up next week, and then we have the districts, the regional, and the states. And you've been a 4-time holiday tournament champion, a 4-time Deep Creek champion, 3-time district, 3-time regional, and you placed all 3 years in the state. So the culmination of a great career is within sight, and it must be a little melancholy at this point.
Yeah, I'm looking to finish up a great season. This tops it off. I mean, this is a great way to end your season with a 12-point win over Phillipsburg, big Group 4 power. But I'm just glad we can be up on the series and them 3-1, like Coach Marina said, and looking forward to close out the season, doing the best that we can.
You've left a great legacy for your teammates. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Good luck in the groups.
Okay, Voge, let's talk to Zach Guerin. Zach, when we looked at the start of the night, this was the premier matchup, you and Dave Post. What do you think your advantage was in that match?
I felt a lot stronger than him. I guess that's what 10 pounds will do for you. I felt I was a lot stronger than him out on the mat, and I could do what I want.
From the start of the year, do you find yourself getting stronger as each match goes along?
Yeah, I feel in a lot better shape than I was in the beginning of the year. I'm not getting that tired anymore, and I feel like I can go 100% the whole match.
And stepping out onto the mat up at Caldwell, just less than 2 weeks of conditioning from the football field to the wrestling mat. That's a huge difference, playing football and wrestling.
I wasn't in shape yet. I think right now I'm in the tip-top shape, and I look forward to wrestling again.
And you had a great match down in Deep Creek because you had a guy that had muscles on his toes down there. He was muscles from top to bottom, and you kind of did what you had to do there. And, of course, Calhoun a week ago Saturday, you wrestled Calhoun from Rancocas Valley, who was undefeated, and he had muscles from his head to his toes, and you did a great job there. So I think you're setting yourself up for a great end of the season.
Yeah, I think I've been wrestling smart this year. Just got to recognize who you're wrestling and wrestle them smart. That's about it.
Let's talk about this match. Obviously, you knew what the score was coming in, and you knew if you didn't give up any big points that your team was in good shape. You think that helped you? Were you less nervous going into the match just for the fact that it wasn't really on the line because you knew what you guys had up top?
I felt if I won, then it would take a lot of pressure off the big guys. I knew the big guys were going to come through. And I just took a lot of pressure off them.
Zach, congratulations.
Zach.
I think we're getting that wrap-up sign, Voge. Big win for Paulsboro. Final score, Paulsboro wins 34-22 for John Vogeding. I'm John Mondelli. We'll see you next time.